Chapter 3. The we're still streaming live in our Readers Magnet Facebook page, YouTube channel, and our Twitter account. So, interested reviewers, interested readers who are interested to learn more about our authors can sign up and join us at www.thefestivalofstorytellers and enjoy the event with us. So you've heard from Kate Delaney as she talks about how she attracts readers, how she attracts fans to read more about her books. So Kate Delaney is an award-winning broadcast personality who has interviewed 16,000 people. So if there's anyone who can discuss how to attract readers to listen to her, she's definitely the person. So she's also a known radio host. She has a radio program entitled America Tonight, where she interviews authors and talk about their journey.
She's also an author,
Yes,
right?
she's also an author. She has already penned 3 books and has again grown her following.
Yes, definitely. I believe she was able to build her own fan base. So she's definitely the best person to discuss attracting fans, building your own fan base. I'm sure those who are watching us live and listening to her definitely can get tips and ideas on how to be or how to attract those fans and of course build their own fan base. I'm just curious, Mia, um, how do you become a fan or when do you consider yourself as a fan already?
Um, I think I would consider myself as a fan if it's different. If when we talk about authors, I would consider myself a fan if I've read more of her books if she has, or if they have already more than one book. If we talk about entertainers, I would probably call myself a fan if I know more about them because entertainers are public about their life. So if I know more about their life, then maybe I could call myself a fan. How about you?
Yeah, do you also buy merchandise?
Oh, of course. I think that's also one factor of becoming a fan, like buying their merch. How
Yeah.
about you?
Well, yeah, same with you. I consider myself as a fan already of someone if I read or collect their merch or their books. Like some famous authors that they have a series of books.
Yeah.
So I always actually want to, or I always buy the entire set,
Do you have
right?
an author? Do you have a book or
No,
like a series that you already have?
I do have a lot of collections, but I can't really pinpoint who's my favorite. Again, I'm so biased with that. So, but yeah, I buy sets and their merch just to feel closer to them because they have their lives, as you say, they're very open and they have something that would make me relate to them, right?
That's a big factor of becoming a fan. Like you support them because you like them, you relate to them. So that's how we become a fan.
Exactly. So, when Kate was discussing attracting raving fans, what have you actually picked up from her discussion?
I think her discussion was very informative, rather, right? As you know, well, as authors, finishing a book is the easy part, contrary to popular belief. Like writing a book may be difficult, but finishing it is only the start of the journey because you have to, if you want writing to be like a source of income, you have to, like have fans, have people to buy it. And
Mhm.
if you start from, and if you're a newcomer, if you're still a starting author, it's difficult to have people buy from an unknown or sort of like an unknown person since like they don't have any background of you if they don't know if how you write fits their preference if their story if your story is good. So I think it's very difficult and it's great that Kate has mentioned it uh, in her life how she managed to gather fans like she maximized Google like writing content about her books, like gathering people to maybe write reviews about her book. So like word of mouth works wonders when you're still a starting author.
I believe so. That's why we have the Festival of Storytellers. We showcase authors that are just writing their book or who wrote their book a long time ago and didn't have the chance actually to go out and promote. So that's where branding comes in, right? Yeah, and that's where being able to go out there and share your story. So you have to start somewhere.
Yes. Especially now that most people go online to do almost anything. So like online branding, digital marketing is like the probably the first stop to becoming a successful author, becoming a successful person in general.
I agree. You have to make sure that you have your own Facebook
Yeah.
page, your own website, exactly. And we have that in Reader's Magnet. We have digital marketing for authors and business as well.
Yes.
We have that available. So you can also visit our website at readersmagnet.com and see what are other offers that we have, especially those who are planning to promote their book.
Yes. So our starting authors who are still maybe a little clueless on how to promote their books and how to start their journey, you can visit us and like learn more about our services and our authors and how they're currently are.
Yes, we would love to talk to you and help you build your brand online, build your online presence, and discuss the strategies on how we can help you share.
Attract
Yes,
raving fans.
exactly. Attract raving fans. That's how you do it. So, when you talk about raving fans, how do you keep them? You already attracted them. So what can you say about how would you keep a fan based on, of course, what Kate had discussed earlier?
That's another part of the dilemma. Like, how do you keep people interested? How do you keep people like hooked to what you produce? So I think, well, that's one part. Like you continue producing interesting topics, more fascinating stories as an author, and maybe find other sources of inspiration. Like, how about you? Do you have any opinions? Like, how do you keep that?
I do actually. While listening to Kate, I actually picked up that when attracting is the first step. As attracting is the easy part. Keeping them is another story. It's a different story because keeping them, you have to make sure that you have something new, something interesting to keep them hooked, as you say, keep them engaged. So, how do you engage a fan? You interact with them. You, like what you said earlier, create content, blogs, post in Facebook, Twitter, or other social media platforms.
Form community where you can
Exactly.
like communicate with them directly and like talk to them, make sure they relate to you, and and that will make you write more relatable content again to catch their interest.
Exactly, exactly. You have to make sure that you have something in you that will make them um, raving more,
Yes.
and make sure that it's not just something you have to also be open to their feedback as well, right? Have to be open on reviews, as you mentioned. So as also all throughout the discussion of Kate, she also mentioned about discussing or managing the reviews. So, have you had any experiences of like interacting with your author, or your favorite celebrity, not just an author? Have you tried giving out a review or a feedback to someone or to an author?
Um, I mean, there's a lot of opportunities for that, especially when like your celebrities or entrepreneurs produce more content, for example, movies. So of course, yeah, it's probably unavoidable for you to share your opinions about them, about their movies, because even though you consider yourself a fan, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to like all of the content that they're releasing. So I think that's a part of becoming a part of being a fan is showing support, but not blindly. Like you also have to share your honest opinions. You also have to share maybe like negative, not really negative, but
Opportunities,
criticisms. Yes,
yes, opportunity, positive, constructive
yes, constructive
criticism.
criticism. That's the word. Yes.
Yeah, you have to, yeah, I believe that I agree. You have to always uh, give out what you think is, I mean, you're helping your fan, you're seeing them in a different way. So yeah, that's how I believe you interact. And for the reviews part, it's quite difficult, I believe, for authors to you know really have the reviews because there are you can't please everyone. There will always be someone who will not like your book, but it will definitely not be should not be a reason for you to stop writing and to stop engaging. So, what do you consider a fan that is not, you know, that is someone you don't doesn't like you or just wanted to bash you nowadays bashing is or cancel culture.
Cancel culture is already very prevalent in our
Yes,
society.
but it shouldn't be as well.
Yes, it shouldn't be normalized.
Yes, I believe so. So there's a lot of things that Kate discussed, and there's a lot of tips that she actually shared to her session earlier. So if you wanted to visit and listen to it again, it's still available on Reader's Magnet YouTube channel. It's a recorded session, so you can visit and watch it in Google or in YouTube and Facebook as well, and you can listen and maybe take down notes.
Yes, I highly recommend maybe like starting authors to give it a go and like as like mentioned, like take down notes on how you can draw colors on your own.
Exactly, that's one way to make sure that you can share your story and inspire a lot of people as well by sharing your book and your experience. I think we have an event
Oh yes,
simultaneously happening. We have a live booth session happening right now while we're doing this program or this
do you
session.
know who the author is?
Yeah, I think that was Napastern,
Oh,
right? And Mo,
oh yes,
Mo. And
she's
she's
actually maybe discussing about her book as well,
yes,
so
so
you can check her out, check her booth out rather, sorry, at Festival of Storytellers.com. So if you are interested to know more about her books, you can drop by.
at www.thefestivalofstorytellers.com/booth, and there's a lot of other authors who sign up to do their live booth session and author of the hour all throughout the day. So make sure that you stay tuned. Make sure to click the like and subscribe button to be always updated on who's gonna do their live booth session or author of the hour the entire the Festival of Storytellers week because we still have two more. We still have another week. Yes, of festivities coming up. I'm sure everyone will be excited to listen and watch them. And we also have our author of the hour, right? We have an author of the hour coming up. But after this, we have author Linda Daniele.
I actually interviewed her like during the pre-event.
Oh, really? Can you share your books? Have you seen it?
I haven't read like the whole book, but we discussed like the gist of it. And Linda is actually very lovely. Also, her books are she has two already published book, and I think if I'm not mistaken, she has one that is she's working on and probably will be releasing soon. Her books are as equally lovely as her, I should say. Her premise is mostly about her late husband. So she has Nick as her focal point of her books. So her two books are entitled Grandpa Nick's Bum and Grandpa Nick the Conductor. So as you can notice, they have like the common character, Nick, which is her late husband. So the story basically revolves around him and how he rather touched their neighbors' lives, like the kids in their neighborhood, and how he is as a very great person.
Wow, you've actually really had a good discussion with her about the book. I'm sure everyone who watched the pre-interview are excited for her author of the hour because that's going to be a whole new hour, a whole hour of about her and her books, discussing or sharing her inspirations.
So I'm sure it will be a perfect opportunity for people to even learn more about the book. If I'm sure people don't only tackle like the tip of the iceberg. Actually, so I'm sure there's a lot more substance to the book, and it will be discussed on our author of the hour session.
Especially that her books is children's book, right?
Yes.
I, I, I'm not sure though if I've seen it or I believe she's also show the book in the pre-interview. So if there's illustration in it, since it's a children's book, so those who has kids definitely should grab a copy. I'm sure it's not available in Amazon and on Barnes and Noble. So don't hesitate to grab a copy of her book. She did she ever? What's your how is the experience with her during the pre-interview?
She's very fun to talk to. Again, she's very personal, not just related, but she as well. As you said, like the book isn't only limited to like children. I guess even adults can learn a lot from the book.
Yes.
Because one part that I really like about her book is that in her illustrations, she has these little like I'm not gonna disclose what it is, but you have to like really it's like Easter eggs, but like you have to find a specific figure and her illustration, and it's very how he connects it to the story is very inspirational. It's very really, like heartwarming.
That sounds fun. That
Yes,
sounds
she is.
well. Based on your interaction with her, did you learn something on her experiences?
Of course, there's a lot to learn from our authors, and I guess that's what our fair goers would also have to figure out throughout our sessions.
Definitely, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of inspiration and a lot of learnings that they can learn out of her books and stories, especially those kids who are very close to their grandparents. Because you mentioned it in your interviews as well, and you mentioned earlier that it's about her husband.
Yeah. He acts as the like grandfather to not just their blood-related family members, but also to their neighborhood kids who unfortunately didn't have like the grandfather figure. So he Nick acts as their grandpa and like train them or like help them learn like the little things that grandfathers would teach their grandchildren.
Hmm. That sounds interesting, and I'm sure we can all relate to that because we all have a grandfather who's always there and very eager to help us, assist us, guide us actually. So yeah, I wish we had their book as well so we can show it to our fair goers. But yeah, you can catch your author interview after this in a few minutes. In our Festival of Storytellers.com website. Yeah. She will be doing an author of the hour.
So the interview isn't just limited to interested readers. Even authors who are like on their journey to writing children's book can also tune in and like find out how she wrote her book, where she got her inspiration from, other than her like husband, and of course how she illustrated the book.
Yes, of course. That's also one of the most exciting part, as I can say, the illustration,
Illustration.
because that's gonna be the heart of the book, especially
Linda actually also illustrated. Well, she didn't really digitalize, but she gave sort of like an outline of the illustration, which is sort of a big part of the publishing of the book. So yeah, that's also one thing that our authors who are children can learn from her.
Oh my gosh, that's something that you have to really learn, and you have to be open about feedback, especially that. So she just could give us an outline of the illustration. Wow, that's cool. That's cool. That's just very creative. At least you already have an idea on what to write. That's gonna be very easy for the illustrator to just follow and put colors on it. Now, that is something that everyone should also, consider when writing a book, especially for children's book. And Linda is also someone, I believe, someone who's very much into kids. I can assume she's very close to her grandkids. 'Cause these are more on children's book. Did she ever mention anything about the inspiration aside from Nick, her husband,
I guess
or dedicate the book
I
to?
remember correctly, she dedicated the book to her granddaughter. I think probably, I'm not sure, but maybe at the time, her granddaughter didn't meet Grandpa, so it was sort of
Mm.
like a great way to introduce the granddaughter to Grandpa.
Wow, yes, definitely a good way to build a legacy, and I'm sure that's her concept of writing it. We actually just, I mean, I really wish that we can have the book right and show it to our fairgoers who are watching us live, and I'm excited. I'm excited already to watch your author of the hour later today, so that we can discover more of her and her book.
Yeah, and like relating it to what Kate Delaney talked about, maybe we can, authors can also learn how to gather fans, especially since Linda's book is children's book, it's a children's book, so it's difficult to attract children and like make them read and like, especially now that children are more interested in playing games. So
Right.
it would be like a whole new topic to discover how to encourage kids to read more.
Yes, and those who are planning to watch Linda during her author of the hour, we encourage everyone to interact, right? Interact, leave comments, ask questions. Yes, ask questions, more questions, to her, so you'll discover more of her, learn more about her book herself, and her process of writing, of course, because you have to start somewhere. You have to start. Again, everyone, log in or register to www.thefestivalstorytellers.com, and
Leave comments and ask her questions. She will answer, and the interviewer can also read your questions and like relay it to the author for them to discuss.
exactly, exactly. There'll be other fairgoers as well, so you can also maybe buy her book. There's a booth in the Festival of Storytellers website where you can purchase the book, and maybe contact her. So her website, I believe, is also available or in the booth. So you can always make sure that, or you can always go to the booth page and
Stop by and check her out, check her books out,
mhm.
and like read the synopsis, as like, to get a more maybe like uh, more idea about the book because it
Yes.
was that long.
That's okay. That's okay. But we have to be mindful to be also respectful of our authors as well. So yeah, just leave comments. Or we're streaming live in Facebook, Twitter, and our YouTube channel. So you can
Comments on those say, platforms and learn more about our authors. This is the perfect opportunity to like gather ideas and yeah, learn more.
She she'll be very happy to interact with everyone. So please drop by and the booth on her author of the hour coming up in a couple of minutes. So yes, just to close it up, we'll just have to be very open and yeah, we will
We're
see.
inviting to and everyone who is tuning in to again leave comments, interact with our authors, and be respectful to what you're also writing about.
Yes. And also, don't forget to share the link to your own Facebook page and on other social media platform as well to make sure that you share it to your friends and attract as well those other people who would want to write books. So yeah, any minutes from now, we'll have Glenda Danieli, author of Grandpa Nick's Mom, Grandpa Nick's The Conductor. We'll see you again in a few minutes.